Hi, I'm Laura. I am here today with the fourth workout in our beginner series. You're going to need dumbbells. I'm going with a medium dumbbell. For me, that's usually anywhere between 5 and 8 pounds. I'm going to go 8 today. Start as light as you need to, and you're going to need a mat, and you're going to need a chair. Exercise number 1 is called a goblet squat. Goblet squats are supposed to be excellent for really working on your squat form and your depth, going as low as possible into the squat. In workout number 1, I demonstrated a chair squat. If this is too much for you, go back to that one. Go check that video, or you probably remember, and you can go back to that, and you can do those as long as you need to. But this is a nice variation. This is called a goblet squat. You're going to hold a dumbbell at your chest, and you're going to have your hands in this position, palms up. You're going to have your feet just a little bit wider than hip distance, toes pointed outward, just a tad, not a lot, just a little, and you're going to have your weight mostly in your heels. The nice thing about holding the weight here, it adds resistance, but it keeps your chest lifted. So as you bend into the squat, it helps you to keep your chest lifted. What I do not want to see is is you bending forward with your back. You're going to put pressure on that. So you sit down and you drop your hips down between the legs here, and then you press right back up. That might be a little much for you at this point. If it is, go back to the chair squats, but I want you to work on going a little bit lower. You can add resistance by holding a heavier dumbbell. That's an option. Inhale down. Exhale up. Make sure those knees track out over the feet. You especially don't want them to cave in. That's very common as people squat and the knees fall in toward the center. You're going to really work on that not happening. If you get to a certain point and it begins to happen, that's as low as you go for right now. You've got plenty of time to work up to a really deep squat. Ultimately, you're looking at going very low, even past parallel, but that is something that can take a while to build up to. That is goblet squat, aimed for 12 to 15 repetitions. Exercise number 2 is called a lateral raise. You're going to see this done different ways if you look at other workout programs. A lot of times they have palms facing down, but our shoulders are in inward rotation quite a bit. I like to focus on counteracting that a little bit with some outward rotation. So palms forward, knees slightly bent, abs engaged. You're going to exhale, that's the hard part of the move, and then inhale down. I like to aim for horizontal or just a little bit above. And once again, you don't want to lift and then release. You want to lift and resist it on the way down. If that is too severe on your shoulders, we have done the bent arm raise. I believe that was workout number 2. You can go back to that one and access some of the same muscle groups. But when you do the lateral raise, you're going to feel this a lot in your upper back, which is a good thing. We're going to develop those shoulder muscles, upper back. I even feel a little bit in my chest muscles. That's your lateral raise. Exercise number 3 is a stationary lunge. I'm going to place a chair to one side, and that is mostly for balance and stability. I'm going to take the leg closest to the chair and step back with it. The wider that stance, the harder this is going to be. So you can start here and then work your way up to that. So I'm going to take about a medium stance, and I want to make sure that all of my joints are lined up. So my hips and my knees and my ankles are pointed forward. This back leg likes to rotate outward, and we don't want that to happen. You're here, and you're going to bend the back knee toward the floor as if you're going to kneel down. You're not going to kneel down, and you don't have to go all the way to the floor. This is here. Place it wherever is helpful to you to help you press back up. Inhale down, exhale up. You are not leaning forward into this. You should not feel extra pressure in that front leg, and that knee should not bend out over the toes. If that is happening, there might be some flexibility issues, and you're going to want to look at our flexibility videos to work on that. But for right now, I want you to imagine you're just going to go to a knee on the back leg. You're going to do all repetitions on one leg. You might need to move the chair and then switch and do the other leg. Exercise 4 is a row. We're going to work triceps and upper back. So I'm going to grab my dumbbells. Knees are slightly bent. I'm going to hinge forward at the hip. Straight line from tailbone to top of the head. The head is not sinking toward the floor. Keep that in line. Pull the abs in from the front and then breathe out and row both weights to your rib cage and then exhale here. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. I want you to breathe out and row. Breathe in and lower down. Abs are engaged. Knees are slightly bent, back is flat. And you do not need to be way down here because then it's all back and you don't get much support from the legs. I would rather have you be high than super low. So I like to find a nice happy medium spot there. Row it, resist it down. Breathe out, breathe in. You can go back to the single arm row, which we did in a past workout for a variation. For the next exercise, I'm going to go to the floor. I'm going to combine a few exercises. We're going to do a bridge and a chest fly. I'll show you these moves separately. First, let's do the bridge. Bridge we've done, where you press your hips up and you line up second toe, kneecap, and hip bone. Chest fly is palms facing center, elbows slightly bent. We open and then exhale, closed. Open and close. So let's combine these. Press up into a bridge, lower down, and then one chest fly. One bridge, one chest fly. 12 to 15 repetitions. And I want you to remember that when you press into bridge, there's no side-to-side movement on the knees. You press straight up, press straight down. Keep it all lined up. One final exercise for workout number 4 is a bicep curl, but we're going to change the positioning. Rather than curling in front, we're going to rotate the arms so that they're pointing, your palms are pointing toward the front corners of the room. Knees are slightly bent, abs are engaged. You curl up and resist it on the way down. Let's aim for 1 count and then 3, 2, 1. So it's a 4 count move. Up on 1, down on 3. Knuckles toward the ceiling at the top, and aiming for 12 to 15 repetitions again. Those are the 6 exercises for workout number 4. Do 1, 2, or 3 sets of each exercise. Rest 30 to 60 seconds between each set, and check back for more workouts coming your way. Thank you.